For story.
How y'all doing in this typical Louisiana heat? Y'all have to excuse me, I gotta dress up because when I speak I have to represent my mama. So excuse the heels and stuff, but this is me. I actually, years ago, used to run Flag Street with some bad boys and then used to tear up Club Rags with them same bad boys, and I'm not even from Glen Oaks. But that was just the bits and pieces of my story because I was angry. Because 22 years ago, somebody had the nerve to kill my mom. So the news, y'all work with me, okay? So on the news, it was a typical day. I'm coming home from school. I was in 11th grade, May 24th. My little boo at the time in high school was graduating from Terra. So I'm getting home from school, getting ready to get cute to represent him at Terra graduation. So I get home, and around this time I ran away, so I was living with my friend Mama. And I walked in and she had this look on her face. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, I gotta tell you something. I said, I was like, what? And she didn't want to tell me, but my response to her was, is my mama dead? Now what made that come out my 17-year-old mouth after finishing a day of high school? I don't know. But see, 3 weeks before, my mama told me if she died at her funeral, I was supposed to say certain things that I wasn't able to say at that time. So I'm gonna say it right here now. She told me regardless of how she lived her life, she loved her girls. So I was supposed to, with my 17-year-old self, at my mama's funeral, after the news reduced her to a body found dead in Zachary with 2 gunshot wounds. I was supposed to say this at her funeral and got up, couldn't say nothing, so I prayed. I said, Lord, let me say that for her today. 22 years later, better late than never, I said it, Mama. So I spent them years being angry, because had my mama stayed away from Louisiana, because I was born here, but I was raised in California, so maybe if we stayed away, she wouldn't have been comfortable enough to become a crackhead on these streets. And I'm running and being embarrassed because Baton Rouge is this big and everybody knew my mama was a crackhead. But at that time, I dated drug dealers. And I was cool with it then until my mama died and I didn't know who killed her. 22 years later, they still don't know. Excuse me, y'all. Like I said, I had to be cute to represent. 22 years later, they still don't know. Was it somebody I dated? Somebody I went and tore up Club Rags with? I don't know. They don't know. Do they care? No, because she was just a dead body with 2 gunshot wounds. That was my mama. So I was angry. Somebody had the nerve to take my mama, so guess what? I don't care about you. I don't care about me. For the next 2 years of my life, I fought, I drunk, I partied. I wanted to die. I prayed not to wake up because I was like, God, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to kill somebody, simple as that. Because I don't know who, so everybody is suspect, right? You don't know who, everybody's suspect. And nobody cared, nobody let me cry. I was the oldest. Val, you can't cry. You got to be strong for your sister, but what about me? What about me? Because that person everybody else reduced to a crackhead was still my mama. So I was angry at her because she shouldn't have did drugs. I was angry at the world because nobody cared enough to force her to go to rehab, put her in a room somewhere and make her stop. And until I had my son, I got pregnant at 19. I said he had to be straight from God because I didn't want kids. How is somebody with a drug addict mama gonna raise a child? I was gonna mess this kid life up, but he saved my life. He gave me a reason to live. So and then I knew I couldn't go out there fighting in the club acting a fool. I had to get it together. So I'm here to tell you guys today, we see on the news, and if you guys get a chance, please Google it. My mama's name was Griselda Jones. This was May 24th, 1994. I can't tell you the day I graduated high school, but I could tell you that day she died. See, I knew I was supposed to be here. 22 years ago, I was being prepared for this moment because I had something to say. The other day, June 23rd, was her birthday. Tell me that ain't God. So God knew better than me. Because what happened 22 years ago was so I could stand here today. Because I don't like seeing my city, and we all know who did the crime, right? We know the victim of the crime, but what about their kids? Their kids didn't ask for some selfish, angry person that could have been me for you to take somebody else's life. We don't never know what happens to the kids. I'm telling you what happened. Because that was me. So now, I go speak, and it's funny because I'm like to call myself a speaker. I'm like, I just talk, right? I just keep it real. And that's what we need. Somebody unique. We need to put a face and wonder what happened to those kids who mama or daddy just reduced to a body found in a ditch in Zachary. May 24th, 1994. This is what happened. For years I didn't know who I was. Okay? The only thing that made me want to live was having my son. That wasn't good enough. So I was like, okay, when he makes 18, I'm going to kill myself or go back and do what I was doing. It don't matter at that point. My son is 19. So you guys know I made it past that point. But I had to realize what we don't admit. When somebody does us wrong or something bad happens, we feel like it's just us. So as I got close to 30, I realized my story wasn't special as I started talking to different people. My mama wasn't the only mama on drugs. Some people had it worse than me. My mama wasn't the only mama murdered. So Valencia, what made you special? You gonna continue, I had to admit to myself that I hated my mama. I blamed her for the times I was hungry as a kid, woke up and stuff was pumped. So I couldn't deal with her death because I hadn't admitted who she was in life. So once I did that, I had to forgive her. And mind you, I was 17 when she died. I was around 30 when this revelation came to me. That I still had some mama issues I had to deal with. I still had some things I had to admit to myself because nobody wants to say they hate their mama. That's not cute. But once I admitted that, I was able to deal with who she was in between getting high. I remember when she taught me how to walk, because I'm not neat, so she had to teach me how to walk cute. I remember when she taught me how to put eyeliner on by burning the tip. I had to remember those moments to accept who my mama was in life, to accept that she died. And it was some stuff she didn't know how to deal with. And I almost was at that point. I could have been on drugs. I could have been an alcoholic. I just have low tolerance. It wouldn't have worked. I thank God for that because I got two parents. I had two parents that were addicts. And when everybody around you called you crack baby, right? Family, yeah, I say it. Calling you crack baby, tell you're going to be just like your mama. I internalized it.